I'm just about ready to mechanically disconnect this engine and lower it onto the ground. First I'm going to let the oil and water out, and I'll do that while I'm disconnecting the drive shafts. This is a good way to release these, just gently, not biting hard on the rubber. These are vice grips, and then you can break the rubber's grip on the metal like that. Not a bad catch. Get the oil out now. Normally, to free the drive shafts, I'd disconnect the bottom ball joint. I'd split it, and that would allow me to pull the whole strut out this way and push the shaft back out of the hub. But this one it's quite awkward to get the splitter in, and I don't want to damage the boot, and I know that this was actually a relatively new arm, so I don't want to waste it. This anti-roll bar definitely needs a bit of looking after. All the paint is flaking off it, so I want to get that off either way. And if I take that off and disconnect the lower arm from here, I'll still be able to pull everything out, but I won't have broken that bottom ball joint. Should be able to remove this now and just pull the whole thing out. That's one side free. And that's the other side free. I need to remove this section of exhaust so that I can lower the engine down to the ground and pull it away. The 3 bolts that are on this and nuts, I find because they're subject to an awful lot of heat, it's important to be very careful with them that you don't shear them off. And I like to use a hexagonal nut like this one instead of this type, because it supports the nut all the way around, and we should be able to get it off with a gentle touch, and hopefully we won't do any harm. It's the patience at the start that makes this easier as you go along. Some tension there. that for now. That's excellent. Same degree of caution with these ones. I'm going to do the gear linkage next. I'll select second because this thrusts the arm forward, and when I undo the coupling, then by pushing it into first, it'll pull it back off the stub from the gearbox. The gear selection thing wasn't so necessary because it's not a Kadett. There's a stabilizer bar as well, which probably adds to the accuracy of the gear change. I'll get that off too. Found these on the floor. While I'm down here, I'm going to put the jack under this cross member and release the back part of it, so I don't have to go under the car again myself. We can work from the sides now. I've just a few more radiator hoses to disconnect on the top and the pipes back to the heater box in the interior, and then I can disconnect my engine mountings. Use the same trick as I did on that bottom rad hose, just to break the little bit of corrosion that holds the rubber on. There we go. I have the engine strapped up to 3 different points. It's still supported by the jack. I'm not saying that this is the right way to do this. This is just the way that I do it. So if you try this yourselves, it's at your own risk, if you know what I mean. It's very important with this hoist. It's only rated for 250 kg, which is more than enough for the engine, but it's certainly not enough to lift the car. So this is only to lower the engine out, and that's why I still have the jack underneath, and I'll take up the slack using that there in a moment. This bolt holds onto the gearbox mounting. These are holding it at the front. And this is supporting it on the driver's side top, so this is the last one. I should be able to just loosen this to move it out of the way. Take it out of the way altogether. Okay. I'll gently lower the jack now and let the hoist take the weight. Just give it a little shake to make sure there's nothing just snagging and holding it under tension. I've definitely got to concentrate on what I'm doing now for a while, because the speed of this pulley, unfortunately, it's very jerky, and I have to keep an eye all the way around just to make sure there's nothing I've forgotten and left connected. So there's a little wiring clip here that's still holding on to it, so I must take that off. Okay, I'm going to go straight to ground now. That's it. There we go. One litre turbo diesel Daihatsu Charade engine out.